Assalamu alaikum viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel Johan Dan. Before starting my video, I request you kindly subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for more interesting videos. In this video, I am telling you about love poetry of Johan Dan. Donne's genius, temperament and learning gave Donne's genius, temperament and learning gave to his love poems certain qualities which immediately arrested attention. Elucidate with reference to the love poems of Johan Donne, 1995. Uh, this is the answer of this question. Donne's songs and Donne's songs and sonnets do not describe a single unchanging view of love. They express a wide variety of emotions and attitudes as if Donne himself were trying to define his experience of love through his poetry. Love can be an experience of the body, the soul, or both. It can be a religious experience or merely a sexual one, and it can give rise to emotions ranging from ecstasy to describe taking any one poem in isolation will give us a limited view of Donne's attitude to love, but treating each poem as a part of a totality of experience represented by all the songs and sonnets, it gives us an insight into the complex range of experiences that can be grouped under the single heading of love. Donne's love poems can be divided under three heads: poems of the moods of lovers, seduction and free love, or uh, fanciful fanciful relationship. Poems addressed to Annie Moore, his wife, both before poems addressed to noble ladies of his acquainti- acquaintances and compliments to wives and daughters of citizens. Now, further, there are mainly three strands in his love poems. Firstly, there is the cynical poetry, which is anti woman and hostile to the fair sex. Secondly, there is the strand of happy married life, the joy of conjugal love. Thirdly, there is the platonic strand, as in the canonization, where love is regarded as a holy emotion like the worship of a devote to God. It is very difficult to determine his own attitude towards love. His own experience of love was wonderful. His love was successful, which uh, mm, culminated in a happy marriage and made his life a heaven upon earth. However, he observed various sufferings, uh, anxieties, miseries, and self deprecations in love. He was struck to see people uh, languishing in unreciprocated love, so he projected the contemporary trends towards love in his poetry. One thing is definite, that his own attitude towards love is down to earth, realistic. That's why his love poetry is quite different from that of his predecessors. the Elizabethans, whose love poetry was determined by romantic and sentimental attitude. Elizabeth love poetry was based on love dreams which had the following characteristic features. The lovers were indulged in self depreciation and adulation of the beloved. They would depreciate themselves from the beloved and they would keep adoring her even if she did not reciprocate his love. There were either the sorrows of the absence of beloved or the pain of rejection. Even if they were united, they were worried on account of the probable idea of separation. So it was a sort of suffering packed formula. The Elizabeth thought little of happiness in love. All these trends are found in Dunnes poetry. However, Dunnes projects these trends in a witty manner. He criticized and mocked at them in a valediction of weeping. Donne says that this is the words of Donne. Let me pour forth my tears before they face while first I stay here. Okay, understand? Okay, viewers, thanks for watching my video. Kindly subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for more interesting videos. Allah Hafiz. We will meet in new video.